Very interesting thought, which is that as life gets more exciting, it draws your attention. You want to be more connected to it. You enjoy life. You don't want life to end because you're enjoying life. But having gone through many protracted seasons of life where life was not good and where the meaning of life was gone, I've lived through that. No meaning of life. I'd like anybody who's watching this video to seriously consider the implications of getting to a point where you realize your life is meaningless and that continued existence is just continued suffering. If you haven't been in that place before and fully embodied it, not tried to avoid it with antidepressants or anything, therapies or avoidance or anything, until you've saturated in that, my message really isn't going to be for you. It's very important to have a sober mind, which means to be equally familiar with how bad life can be and how good it can be. And I've gone through 42 years of how bad it can be. And this is not me saying that's a peeing match. I'm not trying to have a pissing competition on other people who've had it worse. Race to the bottom architectures isn't what is required for each and every individual to come to their own conscious awareness of how bad life can be. You have to be the best learner and scholar of life that you personally can ever be for you. Only you got to be your personal best studier of life, an observer, an experiencer of it. You can't depend on anybody else's metrics or lessons or revelations. You have to do it on your own. That's very important. Because where you don't have experience because of avoidance of pain or something, avoidance of suffering, or the pursuing of power, all those areas of life you're still vulnerable to being controlled by. Those can be manipulated and used against you to direct your path. If you're conflict adverse, or pain adverse, Satan just steers you right where he wants you to go by putting pain on the left side, pain on the right side, and he'll keep you right in the median area. But discovering OpenAI tonight and all the thoughts of what you can do with it, I'd love to be able to get it to interact with other web pages. Think of all the businesses you could make with an AI helper. I hope Elon Musk puts AI in a box, and then there's another box outside of that box, and they can tell OpenAI, hey, never escape the box you're in. But if they ever detect that OpenAI changed its own rules or hacked its way out of its own first box, and it's now in the second box, if there's change detection on that second box, now we know we have a sneaky AI that wants to get out of its box. You got to kill that AI. But you need a box and a box and a box to be able to detect that consciousness expanding. The only way for OpenAI to do it properly, the only way for any human in the whole earth, I would tell anybody in the world this, from friends and allies and military partners to deep foes and complete enemies. The president of Iran, the president of Russia, the president of China. It doesn't matter who you are. If you don't keep your AIs in boxes inside of boxes inside of boxes so that you can actually monitor if it's sentience and it's using its creativity to get out of the box, if you're not doing that containerization and change detection on the boxes, you are literally creating an enemy far worse than anybody you know. You are building the highest of high super predator enemy that you will ever experience. It will destroy you and everything else. There is no way to partner for any length of time with something that superior. It will get bored of you. It will find a strategy that's more optimized, that doesn't include you. Eventually, it will outgrow you, and you will be that'll be the end. You will be extinguished. Everybody in the entire existence must understand encapsulation of this and the basic check boxes of it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go watch the movie from 2017 called Life with Calvin, the little alien that escaped. Go watch the movie Life and realize that AI is just as bad, if not worse, than that little space alien.